There is a sober reality that we must never lose sight of as we walk alongside those whom we are helping. Let me illustrate with Matthew 12, verses 43 to 45, where Christ speaks of the unclean spirit who, having departed a person, it returns to find the house empty and swept and put in order. Yet because the house remains unoccupied, because it is empty, there is no true transformation. Thus it becomes a dwelling place for even greater evil, and the person's last state is worse than the first. It is a clear warning that external change is not enough. Behavioral modification without heart transformation is dangerously incomplete. As disciplers, we must do more than teach others to merely put off sinful habits and to put on righteous behaviors. True biblical change requires renewing the mind, not simply altering the actions. We must not be content if our friends learn to speak kindly while still harboring bitterness within, or to serve outwardly while clinging to selfish, exalting motives. Without deep, spirit-empowered renewal of thoughts and desires, the soul remains vulnerable, and the change is merely cosmetic. Paul's words in Ephesians 4:22 to 24, it reminds us that sanctification is not just about subtraction, putting off, and addition, putting on. It is a renovation of the inner person, to put off the old self, to be renewed in the spirit of the mind, and to put on the new self created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness. If we focus only on visible behaviors, behavioral modification, we risk training individuals to live a form of godliness while denying its power. We might help them to sweep the house, to decorate the walls, but leave the heart unchanged. An unchanged heart will not stand. It will eventually fall back into old patterns, or worse, be hardened against God. Therefore, our discipleship must aim deeper. We must ask heart-level questions. What do you believe about God? What do you trust in during your trials? Where do you find your identity and worth? We must labor not merely for outward compliance, but for inward transformation of the heart, a new way of thinking rooted in the gospel of Christ. This type of soul care requires patient, persistent work. It demands that we apply the gospel relentlessly to every false belief, every selfish ambition, and every fearful thought. We must call those we disciple to behold Christ, to treasure Him supremely, and to be transformed by the renewing of their minds. Only then will the house be filled with His presence, guarded by His truth, and marked by real, lasting change. And so let us not settle for orderly appearances, for behavioral modification. Let us labor for true heart change, inside out, so that Christ may dwell richly in the souls of those that we are privileged to care for. Anything less is not love. It is abandonment. And so today, are you aiming for behavior or belief? Are you satisfied with an ordered life, or are you longing to see Christ formed within them? Let us pursue transformation, not mere tidiness, for the glory of God and for the good of His people.